I make a lot of my income
Testing. All right, everybody, let me know if we have some sound. Give me an AV check, please. We're live. Still no audio. Hang on a second. Check now. Good now? All right. Yeah. That's silly. Okay. Every now and then the streaming service does this where I get things started, I use the same default settings, never a problem, and all of a sudden it's just buried in where I can't see my actual, volume. So anyway, nice to be here. I was really just giving the brief overview. So, hey, happy Friday. Sorry for the AV issues this morning. It's Pulver Report. It's Friday the 16th of June. It's been a pretty crazy week in a good way. Some good profits rolling in this week. The markets are up a ton. The JPY is super weak with the BOJ overnight. That's what we were just talking about, showing the currency strength chart. This is why I keep saying traders follow those alignments. Don't fight. Don't call the top. Trade what you see. And what you see is weaker JPY and has continued to stay. And that's it. So we've had some good trades this week. In currencies, the robots have done pretty well. Got a little gap higher this morning. I got some assignments overnight, so I'm gonna have to manage I think it was assigned on the SPY, which I need to close out for a 25 to 30 cent loss, no big deal. And then other stocks, I mean, we're crushing it on a couple of positions. We own CCL. This thing's up to 16 and change with a break even around $9 or $10. And NCLH, we own the stock here around $13. This thing's up to 20 bucks. I'm trying to think what else is really running for us. SoFi has been kicking booty, trading up to 904, and we own this thing down in the $5 and $6 zone. So we've got some nice runners, and that's fantastic. Nvidia, just want to check, we're at 431, overbought conditions. So a couple of things here. We talked about this yesterday, and I mentioned this in the trading rooms. The pain trade this year is really going to be pushing higher, right? I mean, everything about the indices, everything about the ETFs, everything that's tracking the markets, it would make all the doomsdayers and the naysayers, it would make them too smart if they're right with a crash. So the market probably won't crash, and it doesn't really care what the Fed's doing. This is officially the pause cycle, even if the Fed raises in July, like they potentially show they're going to do, according to this. Fed Watch tool for July shows a 77% chance of a rate hike, and then again, officially pausing. They came out with a hawkish stance on Wednesday this week, but it didn't stop the market from making new highs. We had a lot of indecision on Wednesday. I had a great day Wednesday for some short-term profit. The rate cut situation doesn't really look like it's going to take effect until December, January, and I don't think the market cares. Like I said, the most painful trade is for the SPY to keep melting up. Most likely, I mean, I've measured this move this week. If you go from low to high from these October lows, and this is a head and shoulders, okay, if this is just simply a neckline right here, like that, and we break the neckline, guess what? That measured move puts us right up here to this black box or this black line at 471. That's right back to these same highs. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if this market just keeps, if we have any dips, I think we buy, dips, we buy, dips, we buy. And honestly, we'd be lucky to get dips at this point. This is one of those markets where I just think the thing wants to run. I looked at some interesting stats. In 2013, 2019 were the two other years that had reasonable starts just like this year. We're up to, the SPY's up like 13.9%. The last time we had runs like that was 2019, 2013. Both of those years, by the way, the market continued to finish higher 25 to 30% respectively. So we had a great first half. We had a great second half. I could see that happening this year too. If the market's so excited that we're officially at a pause, well, it's just going to keep going up. So dips and pullbacks are fine, but dips and pullbacks, I think we are probably going to be looking to stay long. So equities on demand students will probably start doing some more bull put spreads on the index or the SPY and the Qs. I think these are just going to continue to melt up. So it could be, instead of trying to sit here call, look, the Qs should pull back and fill these gaps. These gaps are kind of obnoxious. But what's going to turn it? The only thing that maybe turns it is, hey, the Fed's going to raise rates in July. Okay, so if they start to hit rates in July as we kick off Q3, that would make some sense, but I still think it's a buying opportunity for the second half of the year. If it doesn't do any of that, then guess what? It runs all the way up here, and these gaps get filled later. So what are you going to do? I'm willing to take hopefully we get some better premiums by going in the money. If we did in the money bull put spreads or in the money bear call spreads, I've done in the money bear call spreads and I'm getting my butt kicked. I'm losing 25 cents versus making 75 cents, so it's not a huge risk, but it's still annoying to take losses. So those have been paper cut losses, 25-cent losses, but we're up, $5 a share in this stock and $5 a share in this stock and $8 a share in this stock, and we've got a bunch of credit spreads doing well. Here's my Telegram channel from Equities on Demand this week. Yep, I'll take a look at dollar CAD in a moment. I will. Hang on. Here we go. These are some of the trades we were in this week. So SPY, Qs, those are going to be small losses. Affirm is up. Amazon's up. ARK is close for profit. CCL is up. CENX is a loss. CMCSA is a win. F, we're in profit, plus we have credit spreads. Google's a profit. Intel's a profit. JetBlue's a profit. Lithium or LTHM's a profit. LUV is a profit. NCLH is a profit. SHY was close for break even. SoFi is a profit. AT&T, we had 20 by 19. Those are losses, but our 16 by 15s are looking great. UNL was a small loss. FCX is a small loss. Coin was a profit. I think we had 17 of 22 trades profitable this week in options. Not too shabby. Plus, we had some Forex trades. Plus, we had some robot trades. So overall, good week. No complaints. Let me check dollar CAD for you. Dollar CAD. Dollar CAD 32.13. So yes, I'm filled on two spots here, and let's take a look and see what oil's doing. My 1 hour chart. This would be yesterday. So is this our 9 a.m. move yesterday? Is this Wednesday? So here's FOMC. Here's yesterday. Interesting. Was this just the dollar getting smoked? Oil didn't really do much. Dollar index continues to push a little bit lower. We're getting some oversold conditions on the 1 hour. Dollar index, go to the daily time frame. We still have some channel support. Okay. Yep, I'm still going to hold dollar long. I said that if it gets below like 31.50, I'm going to take another look at it. I realize this could probably drop down to 3,100 or 3,000. I don't know if I really want to hang on to the trade. This one is, we have support. We had all these intermediate levels as well. So this either, turns back up into profit for us to find this pocket here. Or I guess we're dropping down towards 3,000, and maybe I bail on the trade early, look for a break retest, and then go to 3,000. So if I'm going to stop out of this trade, it's probably around 31.50, and then from there I'll look for a rejection and then a follow through to 3,000. So I could increase my trade size a little bit, but if we turn back up and close above 32.30, then I'm going to look to stay towards this pocket here with some dollar strength. Let's take a look at oil for a moment. Oil is doing nothing. So, I don't really know where the big CAD news is coming from. Did we have news this morning? Was it employment news? Anything on the CAD this morning? Nope, nothing. Just BOJ. Sentiment report coming out at 10. Huh. Okay. So really just dollar sliding. That's all. But as it stands right now, yes, I'm long dollar CAD. I'm going to stay dollar CAD long right now. That's it. Other currency pairs. Aussie New Zealand, we closed out for profit, which I'm glad that we did. Aussie CAD, we're still long. Aussie Swiss, we're still long. Aussie dollar is breaking above these highs. This would be the same type of situation if we're here. Look for a break, pull back, and see if this wants to retest highs. If the dollar is going to get weaker. If the dollar closes back below 6,800, then this is possibly a fake out and a bull trap. But I think we would just trade what we see. You know, if the dollar's going to get weaker, let's trade it, trade some structure. CAD Swiss sideways. Yen pairs are just crushing to the upside. This is why we're not calling tops and trade what we see. Euro Aussie's fine. Euro CAD's fine. Euro Swiss 97 and change, still holding long there. Euro Pound pushing a little bit lower. Euro New Zealand sideways. Euro Dollar is back up to 109.50. Wow, that didn't take much. So I'm glad we took our 100 pips of profit here towards the 106, 107 handle. Pound Aussie, if we get filled on a pullback. Pound CAD, I got stopped out at 69.50. Pound Swiss is still long. This is looking much better. Hopefully we're heading up towards 1560 or higher. Pound Yen up the new highs. Pound New Zealand. Looking for a retest of the highs around 2.07. If we hit those highs, I'm looking for equal highs to resist and then sell off again. Pound Dollar. Oof. That's why we didn't force a short. We came into FOMC right there. We didn't really see any confirmation, so we didn't take a sell trade. You can see that it's a good thing. Pound dollar's heading higher. Again, weaker dollar. New Zealand CAD, I'm long to this pocket. I'm going to hold long for a while. New Zealand Swiss still holding long. New Zealand Yen, look at that. 5, 6, 7 days in a row, just straight up. New Zealand dollar, we're waiting. Dollar CAD, I'm still holding with a stop here around 31.50. Dollar Swiss pulling back to equal lows, but I'm still going to hold long for positive swap. Dollar Yen's long into this big inefficiency, possibly higher. You know, again, I wouldn't want to call the top on a yen cross. So if this one heads higher, 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 that makes sense. You know, could we come all the way back to these highs again? Sure. Swiss yen, we had these big like highs in 1978, 1980. It was up to 158 and change, and guess what? We're right there again. I also said 160. So Denise, you called it, right? You said it might be going after that, you know, this week, and sure enough, big push this week on the Swiss, or a big push on the JPY, and we're right there. This goes back to 1970 something. Here's a weekly time frame. Way back here. 158. Yeah, we're right there. This is 1980, 1979, 1980. And I'm guessing that was right around the same time the Nikkei peaked. The Nikkei 225 peaked in 1989, and then it took. Wait a minute. Did I just find that the Swiss yen is the same correlation as the Nikkei 225? It's 30 years in the making. We're back to the highs. Wow. That's kind of nuts. There's your 33,706. There's your 1989 high. So, pretty wild stuff. Yep. Crazy. Okay. So I think I'm looking at a pretty light day of trading. Just wanted to manage a couple of things. You know, my SPY, for example, was assigned with a bear call spread. I had a 425 by 426. They assigned me short at 425. My risk is about 25 to 30 cents between the Qs and the SPYs, so I'm going to manage that. I've got the long call that will help mitigate that risk, and as long as I close it up for the same initial, you know, credit spread risk, that's fine. I'll manage those. But I was assigned. You can see it here. Down 234 bucks, but I owe 40 grand. Because you know my account's like a $50,000 account for one of my cash accounts, and it is not able to take, you know, one or two contracts for the SPY. Obviously, a $400 ETF is not going to be good when I take, you know, 100 shares and 100 shares, right? So anyway, I'll manage that during Equities on Demand in the next 10 minutes. Any other charts, any other questions that you'd like me to take a look at this morning? I know I was going fast paced. I'm sorry about the AV issues this morning. I will get that fixed. Just came back from a little basketball this morning. Just thought everything was good. I've been using the same settings for the last, you know, month or two. Every now and then it gets weird where it just won't register the microphone. So I just have to remove the audio and put it back in. But it should be good. Okay, but overall, pretty good week. Let me get some numbers on the robots here. Perfect Storm. Perfect Storm had a fantastic week. 1,367 pips. Happy with that. Pockets Pattern Pro closed out with 266 pips. Equalizer Pro had 1,513 pips. Man, that was a good robot week. So 1513 plus 266 plus 1367. That's a pretty good chunk of auto trading. Plus, we had a little winner for 60 pips in the Aussie New Zealand. Stocks and options, we had 17 winners, a couple losers for some net credit. I'm sure. I mean, our average of, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I just know that 17 winners is pretty solid when usually our premiums are over 50% of the actual spread. So if it's a dollar spread, we usually get 50 to 55 cents. Some of our in the money plays, we got 60 cents. I know we had several $5 spreads and $2.50 spreads that paid us $1.25 or $2.50 or better. So overall, it's been a pretty darn good week. And also had some short-term profits this week, up over $2 in credit for some short-term trading that's just incorporating some options with and optimizing some strategies. So honestly, it's been good, and as it should be. I mean, the markets were moving this week. We had good volatility as we expected. CPI, FOMC, good catalysts. The markets were really cranking. So no complaints. How did everyone else do? How'd you guys do this week? Feel free to drop in the chat how we do. Profits, pips. How do we do this week? Go ahead and type it in the chat for me. Let's give some shout outs and celebrations out there. Okay. Good, good, good. All right. Let me see it. Don't be shy. And if it was a bad week, it's okay. This is a safe place. We're here to help. So if it wasn't your best week trading, that's okay. What would we do differently? There really weren't a lot of surprises. I mean, it was pretty much just staying with the course, and markets were up, risk appetite, dollar's weaker, yen's weaker. That was a pretty easy play. Perfect Storm Pro 710, David, awesome, great stuff. Love hearing those robots doing well for everybody. Very good. Who else? David can't be the only person that traded this week. If it is, I guess let's do one-on-one sessions with David. Who else is out there? Come on. I mean, a lot of you in my trading rooms. I know we didn't do nothing this week. Maybe there's a bit of a lag. Lynette says I can't hear you. AV check. Real quick, AV check. Why are you yes in the chat? We should be good on the audio this time. I can see the microphone bumping up. All right. Charles says great week. Good. Gary says good. Okay. All right. Well, a bunch of shy traders out there. There you go. Japanese yen basket. Denise, 500 pips. No big deal. No big deal. That's awesome. Scott says up on auto systems. Good. Good week for Gary, but only check monthly. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's good. Yep. I mean, look, it's just trading. Just trade. That's the most important thing. Just trade. Stick to the process. Take good trades. Never settle for something mediocre. And it's amazing what happens. Process equals profits. I say that all the time because it's true. Okay. All right, everybody. I'll wrap it up here. Sorry about the AV issues this morning. We'll come back and I'll make sure everything's double checked and tight for Monday and Friday next week. If you're able to join me with A1 Trading on Wednesday for FOMC, that was a lot of fun being with Nick and the team. And I'm going to get back into to handle some of these assignments on the SPY, get my things all locked up. So I'm ready to tackle maybe some trades for this morning or just chillax and do some research on my end. Equities on demand, I'll see you at the top of the hour. We'll just review our management, but we should be good for the week. A lot of these trades we put in Telegram here, we'll manage. A lot of it's full profit. They can expire in full profit. Some we already closed out for full profit. Other losses we'll just take, and those are going to be small. And overall, it's been a pretty good week. Okay. All right, sounds good. Thanks for being with me today, everybody. Thanks for your patience for the first few minutes as we got started with the AV issues, but I'll see you on Monday. Have a fantastic weekend. All right, see you, bye.